Welcome to NEXTGames' Intense Ambuscade series, July 2024, against Qiqirin. Now I was hoping this one wasn't going to come back anytime soon, as it can easily be one of the most annoying months, especially for solo players, but this is what we got this month, so let's go ahead and go over how to make the best of it. Now this month you're going to need 1 Qiqirin kill for your first run of the day, and 3 kills for multiple runs in that same day. Now I normally just use the transporter from Whitegate to Nizal Isle and then head through either the north or south door to find mobs to kill just down the hallway. Now let's go ahead and go on to the fight itself, in which there is a lot going on this month. Now the 2 examples that you see me showing right now are about as good as you can get when it comes to a solo easy run this month. The majority of times, many things are actually going to occur during the run that's going to make the run take more time than what you're seeing here and be a bit more frustrating. So I'll try and touch upon those things and what you can do to reduce their annoyance as we go through all of this stuff. Now first, all the enemies will gain access to an ability called Essence Steal if you have any songs, rolls, geomancy bubbles, or avatar favor effects in play. Now this ability heals them and any other nearby enemy to full hit points and levels them up anytime one of the enemies lands a hit on you or one of your trust. Now you obviously want to avoid this at all cost, so this means you won't be wanting to use any bards, corsairs, geomancers, or summoner trust or players on this job this month. Now this means most damage dealers will need to find a way to cap their weapon delay with a method other than bard songs. For dual wielders, this can be done with dual wield gear. For instance, on Ninja, if you have 20 in your dual wield gear, that'll be enough to still hit or be near that haste cap. Now also know that all enemies have high magic defense in this fight, so things like magic burst and most skill chains aren't going to hit for much damage. Now all enemies on the battlefield must be defeated in order for you to win. Now how many enemies you will be going up against will depend on the difficulty that you entered on. On the very easy difficulty, only the Bozzetto Pilferer, a thief, will be present. On the easy difficulty, a Bozzetto Scoundrel will be added who is also a thief. On normal, 2 more Scoundrels will be added for a total of 3. On difficult, 4 Scoundrels will be present in addition to that Pilferer. And on the very difficult difficulty, you'll have a total of 5 Scoundrels and 1 Pilferer. Now the Pilferer can't be slept, but the Scoundrels can be slept rather easily and bound. Now if you're solo, you want to stick to the very easy and easy difficulties this month. The step up to the normal difficulty is quite the challenge, as once you get to the normal difficulty, the Scoundrels will frequently, and I mean very frequently, use perfect dodge, dramatically slowing down the fight. This, along with the other abilities that we're soon going to go over, makes it so a solo win on normal is normally down to the luck of them not using some of the nastier abilities. Now if you're in a party this month, all the very difficult difficulty really adds over normal is 2 more Scoundrels and the increased levels of the enemy. So definitely go for that very difficult difficulty this month in your party play. Now red mages are key to this month's party strategies, as they can easily keep the Scoundrels slept while the group works through the mob that they are currently working on. Let's go over the mechanics that we're going to see in this month's run now. Now the Pilferer will drop a mine every 60 seconds, which will explode roughly 10 seconds after it's dropped, if it's not defeated. Now if it explodes, it will do a medium amount of damage to everyone in range, reset hate for all the enemies, and wake all the sleeping Scoundrels. Now if a sleeper is present, they must be watching for these bombs and be ready to cast Sleepka as soon as it explodes. Now there is a nasty ability used by the Pilferer randomly called Kibosh that can do upwards of 3,000 damage even on the normal difficulty. Now it's recommended that you keep shadows up to block this, and if you have access to a damage negating ability such as Migawari, you also want to be sure to keep that up at all times. Now Scoundrels will often use perfect dodge and spam the ability of phase, which will freeze you in place if you're looking at them for up to 10 seconds. Now mages can face away to negate this ability, but damage dealers will often have skill chains interrupted by frequent use of this and perfect dodge. Now abilities that can also be used this month include Cut Purse, which encumbers a single piece of your equipment for a period of time, Sand Spray, which is a potent blind effect, Deadeye, which is a conal ability that inflicts defense and magic defense down, and also don't forget about Kibosh, which can be deadly for any of your tanks or damage dealers if they get hate and don't have shadows up. Now, there are also several theft abilities that can be used which will annoy anyone that they're used on. These include HP theft, which steals exactly half of your health, MP theft, which steals half of your MP, and TP theft, which steals half of your TP. Now, oftentimes, these will be used at the same time by all enemies, so if more than 2 of your enemies use HP theft on a single player, then that player's going to die. This is why sleeping any adds is key while you deal with them individually. There is also status theft, which leaves the target with a massive random stat down of -100, so you have to hope that this -100 isn't on one of your primary stats, and ability theft, which will reset one of your abilities at random. So as you add scoundrels, the number of these abilities going off goes up, and it's what adds to the challenge of the run this month. For soloers, I recommend a trust tank, such as Archiv or August, to hold hate while you do damage to the primary enemy that you are fighting. This will make it so many of the nasty abilities don't even affect you. Start with the Lone Scoundrel on easy, and then focus on the Pilferer. Don't forget to keep shadows or damage mitigation up, as you can still be one-shotted by Kibosh on easy. Now, Seththus is a good trust to have, as the fights can sometimes go long with the frequent use of phase and perfect dodge, and Seththus can make sure that your mages don't run out of MP. Bring Arcelia or Koromoru for haste 2, and then 2 healers such as Monburo and Yorinoran to finish out your group. Now for parties, again, the key is that red mage. They need to be able to sleep all of those scoundrels while the party first takes out the Pilferer, and then the scoundrels one by one. Now, enfeebling the scoundrels while they sleep can be very helpful for buying you those extra few seconds for when they wake. Remember that hate will be getting reset often, with those bombs dropping every minute or so. Keep this in mind with your strategy, and have your damage dealers have shadows at the ready so that they don't die to a quick Kibosh. Don't forget about the 4 jobs that you can't use this month, and think of creative ways to still make yourself effective without them. That's about all I have to go over for this month's run. I hope you found that helpful. Have a great month, everyone.